Here comes the nasty gram.
Send a priest to save my soul, forget it.
Welcome back to the Nasty Gram RPG podcast. This is the Monster of the Week, Cruise Control, Part 1.
Feeling it too hard is the poison to the heart of a cynic.
Hey guys, this is Jake, and I will be the keeper.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan. I'm going to be playing Ken Wiley, the expert saucier. Forgot what I was going to be there.
And I'm Matt. I'm going to be playing insert name, The Chosen.
And the CDC, right?
Yes, and the CDC.
Hey, folks, this is Dan. I am playing Robert Louis Drake, the Spell Slinger, and the Garmiger.
And hey, guys, it's John. I'll be playing Guy Toussaint, Ghost of Patisseries Past, the monstrous patisserie chef.
And you are listening to The Monster of the Week, a fine dining podcast. We find ourselves in the back offices of Ouroboros. Matt, tell us what your character looks like.
He is a shorter man, short king, we'll say. Stands about 5'3", built like a shit brick house. Hairy knuckles, hairy arms, but he is clean shaven, has a very square jaw, sort of heavy eyebrows and forehead that are almost permanently set in a furrowed, serious look. And his hair is sort of like it's like a salt and pepper quiff, sort of high up in the front, like 50s greaser style. And right underneath his chef whites at the collar of his neck, you can see just the tip of a tattoo sticking out. You're not sure what it is, but just the point of it.
You are sitting in the small, smoke-filled office of Donna Vecino. Donna is the restaurant manager of Ouroboros. Imagine Marissa Tomei and My Cousin Vinny. She's
Awesome.
Sitting behind her desk, wrapping her long fingernails on the desk with a Marlboro Menthol 100, and she's pointing at her computer screen, and she says, "I've got some good news for you."
Yeah, you give me vacation?
No. Watch this.
Fuck.
We see a young man on the screen, tan with bleach blonde hair, wearing a tank top and shorts. He's in front of a pool filled with fit college-age kids. Sup, Chan fan? This is Chandler, and I'm vibing on board Carnival Sublime. This ship is so fire. It's got 4 pools. We see images of different parts of the lavish-looking cruise ship before the camera returns to the young man. It's got a casino, 6 restaurants, and so many bars. These shots be bussin' because we got the unlimited drink package. This thing is lit AF, and the best part is bon vivant. As he talks, we see on the camera behind him some sort of commotion. People are making their way to the side of the ship to look into the ocean. Chandler continues, oblivious to the excitement, thanks to his noise-canceling AirPod Pro 2s. That's right, Bon Vivant is back and playing a concert right here tonight. We see the crowd of curious onlookers start to scream and scramble over each other away from the railing. It's sure to be iconic. BC, their new album slaps, and you're going to hear it first. The crowd begins to surge and push, and in the panic to escape, some people start slipping in the wet deck and falling into the pool. We see a spray of blood, and over the back of the crowd, raising into the air, a giant chitinous leg. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more. He's knocked to the ground as the crowd surges into him. The camera points up into clear blue skies, and we hear terrified screams as people run past, soaked in blood. After a moment, a shadow passes over the camera. A giant, multicolored, shimmering form crushes the phone. I think I solved our seafood problem.
Oh, thank God. I thought you were going to fucking have me tell me he wanted me to cook him fucking tendies and Szechuan sauce. I told you I'm not fucking doing that again.
Look, go back to 34 seconds.
All right.
You see that leg? That is a Japanese spider crab. And it's got to be at least 20 feet tall. This video hit YouTube this morning for about 14 seconds before it got pulled down. But I'm pretty sure the Coast Guard, the Navy, they don't know about it yet. So we're going to get out there and we're going to get it.
Okay, you got a fucking buyer?
Hold.
I like how you're putting us in the box of having to do all of Marissa Tomei accents.
That was part of the plan. That was 100% the plan. That's the thing. We've got those Japanese businessmen. They're coming in next weekend. They want sushi. What a better opportunity. Look, I don't know what's going on out there on this cruise ship. I'm sure all those kids are dead now, but whatever. Get some people together. We got the jet. It's ready to go. We're going to send you out immediately.
All right. I got I'll make a couple fucking phone calls. I'll get some of the crew in. Don't worry.
Cut to Dan. What does your character look like?
My character, he's in his 30s, late 30s. Definitely affected by the Game of Thrones fad. He has bleached his hair white, and he has it kind of tied back in a man bun. And he's a pretty gaunt person. There's not much kind of meat on his bones, so to speak. And he has sort of a nervous energy. Always seems to be kind of moving to and from. If he's sitting down, he's got a leg tapping. He's got sort of dark, bright blue eyes, and they are constantly kind of looking over the environment, checking things, rechecking things, and that's Robert Louis Drake.
All right. Robert Louis Drake walks into the kitchen of the Ouroboros. Let me write this down. Robert Louis Drake. Who wants to describe what the kitchen of the Ouroboros looks like?
I'll take that. It is large, open setup. It is has stainless steel paneling along all of the walls. It is essentially a large box with a couple of rooms off to the side. You can see these large, like diamond coated steel doors at one end with large rollers that you can slide the door open into the walk-in. So it's a massive, massive door, probably 10 feet wide, 7 feet tall. All of the equipment is stainless steel except for the pastry section, which you can see several black stone tabletops for chocolate work, as well as a few wooden butcher block tables. And there is every imaginable piece of kitchen equipment there. There are induction burners, sous vide machines. There are Paco jets. But everything is glistening, polished stainless steel, and the floor is a grayish vinyl composite tile.
I was going to say, we'd have to have a massive walk-in closet for this. Our walk-in freezer for this place.
Yeah, the freezer this one is built into the walk-in. So you walk into the walk-in and then the freezer is set
Walk
in
through
there.
that to get to the freezer.
Yeah.
The kitchen is quiet right now because it's early in the morning. You have called in the team that will be going with you. There's a car outside waiting, and Robert walks in as you're standing there talking to Ryan. Your character is
Ken Wiley.
Ken Wiley. And what does Ken look like?
Ken looks like your 60-year-old uncle. Gray hair, thinning, probably some nice ear and nose hair going on. He has an unironic mustache. He's been in this game for a long time.
Okay, so you walk in and you find Matt. Did you have a name yet?
Yeah, it's going to be Anthony Scholl.
So you have like one of those Burt Reynolds mustaches, like the real ones that you probably grew when you were like 20 and have had ever since.
Yeah.
So
He does not have an upper lip. It's just,
Anthony, what was the last name, Matt?
Scholl.
So, Dan, Robert walks in to find Anthony Scholl and Ken Wiley having a conversation over one of these stainless steel prep tables.
Chef, what's the deal?
You're carrying a duffel bag of belongings because you were told that you're traveling.
Coffee. Get some.
Yes, chef. He comes back in. The coffee is annoyingly room temperature.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was made yesterday. Somebody didn't clean out the pot, and I'm actually very pissed that there's leftover coffee, but also happy there's
You're
leftover
drinking
coffee.
that never quite as good reheated coffee.
Yep.
There are, however, freshly baked croissant on the table.
Even though the restaurant won't be open for 2 more days, there are freshly baked croissants. You can smell them.
Is that your curse, John? You have to.
Yeah,
you have to make croissants every day.
his
And you
his
know
curse
that-
is pride. So yeah.
Pride. You know, because of that smell, that what's your character's name, John?
Guy Toussaint.
One more time.
Guy Toussaint. Toussaint.
You know that Guy Toussaint is nearby.
Well, we got a fucking job.
Is he going to murder us?
Yeah, fuck, probably.
Perfect. What is it?
Crab. Beautiful. Fresh.
Crab?
20 feet tall.
There's the catch.
Oh, kaiju crab.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
I worked in a place in Kyoto back in the early 80s. We made sushi out of them a little bit. The best crab rolls you ever seen, but yeah, bitch to get.
Is that where Godzilla roll came from?
The what now?
Godzilla roll. It's sushi.
No, it's
standard sushi item.
Different roll.
Different roll.
Listen, Robert, we've been over this. That shit ain't fucking sushi. Sushi is the goddamn rice.
Fine.
You
fine,
keep fucking
whatever,
talking like that, you're never
whatever.
going to get the fuck out of Gamage up to the rest of the real cooks, all right?
All right.
Jesus fucking Christ.
When do we leave?
You guys are talking, and out from like the direction of the refrigerator, but obviously through the wall, Guy comes through. He's like a blue apparition wearing an old time chef's outfit on the top. He's very has like that tied off handkerchief over around his neck, a thin pencil mustache, and a tall poofy chef's hat. But the bottom half of him kind of like dissolves into mist, and he's coming.
It's called a toque.
Yeah, and he's coming through, holding like obviously a pastry that he's like been folding. Well, I will hold down the fort for you while you are gone. Oui?
Yeah. Yeah, you gonna hold down the fort?
He's
He's gonna wink at Robert.
I kind of like point at my bag, and the bag's open, and you can see a rolling pin lying inside the bag.
mailed.
John, what does your rolling pin look like?
It is like a stone. What would it be like a marbled stone, like smooth marbled stone, like tapered on either end. It's not like a mechanical one. It's like coned on two sides. Probably a good 3 feet, 3 or 4 feet, probably 3 feet long. But like beautifully carved stone.
That's a cudgel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Cool. A little worn and pitted. It's
Yeah.
with age.
Yeah. It was. I mean, when it was found like dust covered, obviously for long forgotten.
And what's the significance of this rolling pin that I have in my duffel bag?
It is the Horcrux basically that holds Guy.
Phylactery.
His phylactery that kind of holds him within a certain range. You don't really know the full dimensions, but he obviously has to go where it goes. And he says, "Merde, you are taking me again?
You know, it's more fun with you.
You know, it does not feel good when I get bitten by that hydra last time. Oui? And then burned.
Look around the table.
I made
Look around the
still
table, Guy. How many of us are immortal? Raise your hand.
Well, he raises his hand. But, well, be more careful next time, yeah? Oui?
That is a good point. If he falls down to the bottom of that fucking ocean, we ain't getting it back.
Yeah,
True.
oui. I cannot make you croissant at the bottom of ocean, oui?
We need to make a life jacket for your rolling pin.
I think I got something for that. Let me check.
Ryan's looking at his character.
Yeah.
As if he actually has some sort of
Some sort of
for this
life jacket for a rolling
I
pin.
mean, I do. So in my haven, I have a stockpile of mystical and rare monster killing weapons and items. Could I fashion a some kind of flotation device for a rolling
You
pin?
have child's arm floaties.
Okay.
I don't know why you have those.
So gross. I don't like it. I don't like that he's got them. I don't like it at all.
These were in the walk-in. I don't know why, but if we
Oh, shit. Those came out of that fucking megalodon from a month or two ago.
well, I think I start inflating them. Still good.
Yeah.
While he's inflating the arm floaties to put on the rolling pin, that reminds me, does anyone have start of adventure abilities that we would do at this time?
I do.
Matt, you do. Does anyone else have any?
No.
I know some classes have them.
No, I don't.
No? Okay. Matt, so sounds like we're about to make our first roll of the game.
Yeah.
Chosen. Destiny's Plaything. So this is Matt is chosen. At the beginning of each mystery, roll plus weird to see what is revealed about your immediate future. Can you roll 2d6 and add your weird score?
2d6 plus weird.
On a 10 plus, the keeper will reveal a useful detail about the coming mystery.
That is an 8 minus 1, so 7.
On a 7 to 9, you get a vague hint about it. On a miss, something bad is going to happen.
All right.
You got a 7.
Yep, a vague hint about it. You've been a chef for a while now. You've cooked your fair share of seafood. You've never seen anything with an iridescent colored shell like whatever stepped on that camera. You're not sure if it was a crab, but the little kind of flippers and legs that you saw for just a moment reminded you of peeling shrimp.
Okay.
That is your vague hint.
Sounds pretty vague.
Jake, would this be a good time to roll Dark Past?
What's that?
So if I trawl through my memories for something relevant to the case at hand, roll plus weird. So on a plus 10, I get to ask 2 questions. 7 to 9, ask 1.
You'd probably do that when you
Later on?
start kind of
Yeah, okay.
seeing stuff. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. So you hear a horn beep from the SUV that's parked outside waiting for you to bring you to the airport.
All right, fuckos, grab your shit, let's go.
Yes, chef.
That's what I like to
I
hear.
do not appreciate the way you talk to me, Anthony. I used to own this place.
Yeah, used to. What do you do now? Follow me around in your fucking rolling pin. Let's go.
I make you beautiful croissant.
Yeah, your croissants were overbaked. Let's get the fuck out of here.
And
You still make the classic like ghost mistake of like walking through a wall with a tray of croissants and they all end up on the wrong side.
so
There's one spot in the wall that's just like butter.
Yes, it's just covered.
butter at all times.
So you make your way out, hit the lights behind you, and leave the freshly baked croissants to cool in the dark. Okay, we're going to jump ahead a little bit. After being brought to the airport, put on a private jet. After about a 5-hour flight.
In the movie version, do we have like a slow-mo of us all walking out to the private jet?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah. After about a 5-hour flight, you land somewhere on the West Coast where you're quickly brought to a port. You're brought to what looks like a fairly small fishing port. You're not sure even what town you're in. You know you're somewhere in California, but you're directed by the driver of the car that picked you up from the airport towards a small, not rowboat, but, like a small motorboat that would bring you out to a larger ship. And you see a very large, like well-built, like muscular woman standing on the end of the dock in front of this 6-person motorboat. Wow. She's wearing blue coveralls. She has short, kind of reddish brown hair. She's maybe 6'1", 6'2".
Oh, that takes me back.
As she sees you approaching, she starts walking down the dock towards you.
Who's this?
I don't fucking know.
You must be the cooks.
Chefs.
She shrugs. Name's Harmony Callahan.
You're a real sturdy broad there.
Fuck, Rob. She reaches out a hand to shake your hand. It hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts when she shakes your hand.
You know, it's the hardest handshake I've got since Julia Child. You should be proud of yourself.
I used to love that show. The way she talks, though, that can't be how she really talks, right?
Oh, no. Like 6 octaves lower. Woman was a saint.
Anyway, name's Harmony. Call me Captain. Call me Callahan. Call me Cal. Whatever. I don't care. We're going out to that boat out there. She points out, and you see this, what looks like maybe a fishing boat. I don't know if any of you are really familiar with being on boats, but it's over 100 feet long. It's got these crazy sort of satellite dishes up on the top of it. It looks very kind of advanced, and it's kind of out in the harbor. And she says, "Hop in. I heard we were in a hurry."
You know what we're out here for?
Yeah, I got a good idea. I get paid enough not to talk about it too much. There's one person on the boat. He's some sort of scientist. I guess he's along for the ride in case you guys need any professional advice. I'm warning you though, he's kind of obnoxious.
I can deal with obnoxious.
He's already on board.
As we're walking towards the end of the dock, I'm opening up a bottle and I offer it to anyone around. It's Dramamine.
Anthony reaches out, sees it as Dramamine. Fucking pussy. Reaches into his pocket of his coat and pulls out a flask and screws off the top and takes a couple of swigs of Fernet.
He offers the Dramamine to Guy.
No, I do not need that. When I came to New York, I came on boat. Took us a couple of weeks. Back in my day, we did not have private jets. Guy is a lot more corporeal looking when he's in public. Has legs and everything. Kind of forces himself to be more human, especially when you're
okay. I was gonna say, like, do you look like a ghost?
No. It just requires effort for him to do it. So it's easier for him to be his pastry self when he's in.
Okay.
Yeah, but
I like it.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, and I'm with you, Guy. In my day, we didn't even have business class like you schlups have now. I had to fly coach.
They did not have airplanes when I was a boy.
Well, it's a brave new world, gentlemen.
Well, you're going on board a state-of-the-art ship. That boat you see out there, that's the Fair Maid. Usually I'm bringing scientists around following whales, shit like that. We've even got a dock for one of those tiny little submarines. They usually bring it down and look at starfish and I don't know, whatever. They pay a lot of money. I'm not used to working for these big New York types, though. I understand this is some sort of, they describe it as sport fishing, but considering the price you're paying and the amount of NDAs I had to sign, I'm guessing it's a little more complicated than that.
You know, we try to get the best products that we possibly can. We strive for freshness.
All right. Well, on board the Fair Maid are me, that scientist dweeb I was telling you about. His name is Dr. Solemn, and I've got 4 crew. Don't worry, they'll stay out of your way.
What was the scientist's name?
Dr. Solemn. She starts up the motor on the boat and pull away from the dock.
What do you know about?
Broad
Where did this happen around here? Right, obviously, or at least in the Pacific Ocean here. Or do we know?
You don't know. I don't know that. I'm not sure, Matt. Do you think you filled them in on everything that you saw in the video? Maybe
Yeah,
you probably
in the
had
car
it.
ride.
Yeah. You probably were able to show them the video in the car on the way there.
Yeah.
So the Carnival, it's called the Sublime. That's the name of the cruise ship.
Presumably, this person doesn't. Well, they would have heard about something that happened on a cruise ship, but okay, whatever.
If it's public news, yeah. If it's public knowledge at this point, you're not sure.
Yeah. Did you hear about that Carnival cruise? They had an accident.
No.
An incident?
She says, I haven't heard anything. I mean, I know we're going to intercept it, and what you guys do when you're on board is really your own business. I'm not here to ask questions.
Good. You drive, we'll take care of the rest.
All right. You get on board the Fair Maid, and it is, all those like documentary series and like Discovery Channel series where they have like the crazy boats that go up into the Arctic and do crazy science experiments. It looks like that. It's one of those kind of boats. Like it's very high tech. It's made for sort of oceanographic, like missions and stuff like that.
James Cameron's on this one.
Yeah, he's about to go diving in the Marianas Trench. Yeah, for research or some shit. She shows you to your quarters. There are 2 rooms, each with a pair of beds, and they're pretty spacious. They're really not bad. They have portholes that look over the water. She says, "Well, you can throw your packs in there, make your way around the ship, do whatever you want. I mean, you probably won't need those rooms. We're only going out about 6 hours."
What's the galley look like on this?
I'll go take a look. We don't really have a dedicated kitchen staff. We take turns.
Well, you got one now.
Yeah, sure, Robert. Go ahead, make family meal for us.
You have 6 hours. Definitely time for a meal, and you've been traveling all day. It's almost noon at this point.
Still dry ass croissants. They ain't fucking sitting right.
Mailed.
So you probably do want to have a meal. So you guys go down to the galley.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. It's cramped, but it is clean. There's not a great selection of food. It's weird being on a boat like this because everything has to be like strapped down. Like all the cabinets like are like locked or have like latches on them. Everything in the cabinets is sort of latched in place.
I would have you know, Tony, when back in my day in my shop, I had men standing around corners waiting for those croissants. You do not disrespect me, oui?
My baggy. Apology, chef.
I'm sitting down at one of the little tables there, blowing up the floaties and sliding one on each end of the rolling pin and putting it back in my duffel bag.
What a bizarre sight.
You're gonna freeze them if you do it like that.
It'll be fine. Trust me. I got this.
Now be sure
Second
not
they
to
touch the water, they're gonna shatter.
Oh, well.
I would prefer we do not
I'll
test.
go swimming for them.
I would prefer we do not test these floaties. We just be very careful.
Chef, did that giant crab, did it sink the boat?
No, not that I heard. From what we saw in that video, is it, I mean, it fed.
it's a crab, it's got to be in shallow waters.
No, not Japanese snow crabs. Just fuck
Yeah, but he's not
gamache.
swimming to the surface. I know what a goddamn crab does. All right? Doesn't have flippers. That would be blue crab, right?
All crab have flippers.
No, not all crab have little spider crabs going along the bottom of the ocean. They use draggers for those. They're not picking up a giant freaking snow crab from, just floating around in the ocean.
Fair enough. I mean, you see that video, kind of, some of those parts of that exoskeleton looked like flippers, like shrimp or something like that.
You do not think it was a crab, then, me? Something else?
A shrimp crab.
A squid?
I mean, it's,
A shrab.
you got slipper lobsters, right? They're out there. Kind of looks like a lobster, but also a shrimp.
Ryan, while they're discussing this, you are cooking a family meal.
Yeah.
Give me an act under pressure roll.
Act under pressure.
Nice.
Oh, this is a fucking soup roll if I ever heard one.
That's a 6.
Oh,
Yeesh.
Yeesh.
what goes wrong?
They don't have the right Costco condiments, so I have to improvise. So it's I try to pass off cocktail sauce as ketchup, but
Definitely not.
you know the difference.
Matt, he passes you a paper plate with some sort of food on it.
The fuck is this garbage, Robert?
The name's Ken. Fuck
Sorry.
you.
God, it's so fucking bad, I don't even know who the fuck I'm talking to. You might as well be the fucking garmager cook serving me shit like this, huh?
Easy!
You-
I'm not even part of this!
You shut the fuck up.
Ryan, mark experience.
Yes. It is lucky I do not have to eat, and I can only choose what I eat, because I would
I'd
not
rather
choose
have
this.
some of Guy's croissants.
Shut the fuck up, Guy Croissant. All right?
It is Guy. My name is Guy. You keep saying Guy.
Your name is now Guy Croissant.
I'm writing it down. I'm writing it down next to your name. Guy Croissant.
Hey guys, knock knock.
We all look up.
You look up and you see this young man, maybe in his mid-20s, standing in the doorway to the galley. He's wearing a blue button down and khakis and black rimmed glasses. He's got short hair, kind of combed to the side.
Perfect timing, kiddo. Just made a meal. Here, have some.
Oh, thanks.
Bobby over here knows a lot about shrimps and crabs and shit. He wanted to talk to you about it.
He shakes your hand.
I put the rolling pin with floaties down on the table. I offer my hand.
Dr. Solemn, nice to meet you.
My hand's uncomfortably cold.
He says, yeah, so I saw the video, just to let everyone know. I'm kind of on the in here. I know what's going on.
Do we need to kill him? I look at you, chef.
Oh no, I mean,
Only if we need bait.
no, I was
We know what it eats.
I mean, I was hired by Miss Vicino. I
I clap him on the shoulder, just messing with you.
it's so cold. I'm actually here as an expert on marine
Scraps?
life, more particularly cryptozoological marine life.
Well, what?
Well, what can you tell us?
Wait.
Well, you all saw the video, yes?
Yeah.
Well, whatever that thing was, no one can really know. We don't have any knowledge of any sort of crab species that could get that large. But in fact, I'm not convinced it is a crab.
Yeah. Neither are we, kid. Pick it the fuck up.
I believe it's a stomptopod.
All right, slow it the fuck down. A what?
Come again?
It's a type of crustacean. that they are.
It's a barnacle?
No. They're extremely aggressive.
Well, obviously, eh?
They are a type of shrimp. Or actually not in the same family as shrimp, but similar.
Same layout, design.
Well, the giveaway, at first I thought a crab.
Is it bigger than a bus? Is that the giveaway?
We see the arm, or what I believe is actually a raptorial appendage, a dactyl club. And then at the end of the video, we see the multicolored shell.
This is one of those kung fu shrimp, huh?
I believe it's actually called a mantis.
That's the one. I've seen a lot of David Attenborough.
Well, I mean, that's different.
Well, it's just a big one, right?
Well, I mean, no, it's more complicated than that.
Explain.
Well, I mean, it's really big.
Uh-huh.
Sounded about exactly what Robert said. It was bigger, eh?
But, I mean, look, you're not going to learn everything you need to know about marine biology by watching David Attenborough, okay?
I mean,
it's not that simple.
I've heard Robert speak pretty at length about a lot of interesting animal facts and wildlife information. I think he is pretty well versed. Oui?
Look,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, what do we need a doctor for? Wait.
Yeah, why the fuck didn't Donna hire David Attenborough for this shit? Why do we got this fucking snot-nosed punk?
Is this Bodie McBoatface, the ship from England? The research ship that England voted on? Please, let it be.
Well, look, if you know exactly the mating habits and life cycle of a mantis shrimp, then please, by all means, you can serve as the expert.
Whoa.
Are you saying it's in spawning season?
I think the kid's fucking. Are you fucking shrimp, kid?
I'm not.
Oh, fucking hey, bro.
Well, we know it loves humans.
They're
so
tiny.
the bait idea was a good idea.
Yeah.
I believe it's feeding, and if it's feeding in such mass quantities, then yes, it is possibly preparing to spawn.
Oh, that could be fucking good. There could be some caviar in that bitch, boys.
We could harvest many of them for years to come, we?
Yeah, or we wipe them out in one
fell swoop.
silver spoon. Yeah,
I don't think that you quite understand the severity of the situation if this thing spawns. Look, these things are normally 10 centimeters long. That one was, judging by the size of that claw, it was, I don't know, maybe 40, 50 feet long. And they're not kept in aquariums because they can crack the glass. A 10-centimeter long one can crack the glass.
I don't think that you understand recurring ingredients in our line of work. We don't get a lot of chances to have something in excess. We have to work in very limited stretches. So this is big for us. All right.
Well, you need to get it. How are you going to contain this thing? Do you have a strategy?
We got Bobby Bad Circulation over here.
Are you going to hit it with that rolling pin?
I will hit with the
Rolling
pin.
pin stays in the boat at all times. Don't you fucking touch this rolling pin, okay?
Hey, kid, look him in the fucking eyes. Tell him you're not going to touch the fucking rolling pin.
I'm not going to touch the rolling pin.
Do not touch the rolling pin.
I'm not going to touch your rolling pin.
Good. Don't touch my fucking knives either.
All right. Well, I think bait. Bait sounds like a great idea. That's how you catch seafood, right?
Yeah, it's feeding.
Man.
How much do you weigh, kid?
Oh, it has an ample supply of meat on that boat.
All right.
It's still on the boat.
Possibly. They tend to nest in small crevices in rocks. I imagine that the lower decks of the boat would serve the same purpose.
Or the swimming pools.
Okay.
Or the pools, yes.
That bro said there was a lot of great swimming pools on that thing.
He
6.
nods. He says, but it won't be hungry. You're not going to lure it out by cooking it dinner. It's had its fill. It's looking to mate.
So you're saying one of us dress up like a big shrimp?
Yeah, not it.
Not it. I put my finger on my nose.
I can.
You know, it'd be better. it would be better if we all like got in a costume together. You know, like one of those horse things.
Trojan shrimp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I fucking like that.
Robert, do you think you can freeze an entire pool?
Yeah, I can't tell you how long it'd take me. Depends on the size of the pool.
Well, I think that is at least the best option, to get it in one of these freshwater pools on the cruise ship somehow, lure it in and freeze it.
That's a good plan, yeah.
You know, something like that, I got to be honest, the way it works, we're going to need some powerful ingredients. Maybe if we could get an egg from it somehow, that would serve as a catalyst for the magic.
Well, if it is mating season, there's bound to be eggs on that ship, we
might have a chance. It's all kind of improv, you know?
Yeah, well, you know what this chef says, fake it till you make it.
Well, my suggestion is that you be very careful. As I was saying, when these things are 10 centimeters long, they break aquarium glass. That means that at its current size, it could puncture a hole right through the side of this ship.
Can you use standard? We're not in fucking Europe.
I understand him just fine.
So my point is, don't get in its way.
What if we get a net and drag it behind, troll it behind the ship? It cannot access it, cannot attack us. It is not in a confined space.
I don't think we got a titanium net big enough for that thing if it's going to whack a hole through this ship. I think our best bet's to kill it on that ship.
At least freeze it in place somehow, and then use that to kill it.
Yeah. These mantis shrimp, kid, they got a weakness besides themselves, I guess.
Well, I'll have to look into it a bit. Their carapace is actually quite strong. In fact, I've heard that there are defense contractors that are looking into utilizing the unique structure for body armor for soldiers. But it does have weak spots, particularly the eye stalks. Those are not armored. But the problem is, in order to get the eye stalk, you need to be right in front of it. And if you're right in front of it, then you're in the line of fire for its forelimbs, the ones that give it the name mantis shrimp. They're called the dactyl clubs. They are used to punch prey. They move so quickly that they heat the air around them. They cause flashes of light as they light the water on fire. They generate temperatures up to 4,000 Kelvin.
I've heard you can hear them from space.
God, I'd love to have an oven that could get that out. Holy fuck.
Even if you don't get close enough to get hit by it, the shockwave from its dactyl club could knock you down, could hurt you. It's like being shot with a gun.
Yeah, I've been
At
there,
10
done that.
centimeters, it's the equivalent of a 22 round. So my point is, you most definitely need to lure this thing into an advantageous position, somewhere where you can attack the eye stalks without being in the line of fire. You need to get above it.
It's possible if it's still on the ship, but I don't know how we're going to lure it out if it's already hunkered down and ready to nest.
I don't know either. Maybe you can find a way on the ship to lure it, maybe an egg or something, or try to get it to chase you into a place where you can trap it.
Almost need livestock to lure it out. What does a mantis shrimp usually eat?
Crabs.
What, you said crevices, rocky environments?
He nods.
All right, seaweeds, that kind of stuff.
You thinking we make a place that it would want to nest? Fill a pool full of seaweed?
Maybe. I don't fucking know.
What ship is this again?
It's called the Sublime.
The Sublime. Now, I've been on quite a few cruises in my day. I know some of the Carnival ships have like a grotto type pool. Maybe one of the 6 pools is a grotto. I mean, that would be real handy for catching the shrimp.
It's just a question of whether he's already there or not. I mean, if he's already there, then there's nothing we can do. We got to lure him out. If he's not there, then yeah, we might have a chance. But
Jake, I'm going to trawl through my memories and see if I know if the ship has a grotto pool on it or not.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
Snake
double
eyes.
one.
I'm getting lots of experience tonight.
yeah,
you
it was,
are. Yeah.
you're certain it does.
Does it have a result
On a miss, you could ask a question anyway, but it will mean you are personally complicit in creating the situation you are now dealing with.
What's your so? What is your question specifically? Is whether or not this has a grotto pool?
So yeah, I guess but when I dealt with a creature, oh, this is perfect. When I dealt with this creature or one of its kind, what did I learn? So am I complicit in making this giant shrimp? I don't know.
What exactly is a grotto pool? I'm asking.
It's like
out of
it's like with the rocks and
Yeah,
all
like
the things.
Playboy grotto.
yeah.
right.
Like there's
okay,
a little cave and
Yep.
waterfall
Like,
that
yeah.
goes over it, that kind of thing.
Kind of like a natural terrain look to it.
So you don't know about this creature in particular. At the moment, nothing's really ringing a bell. But you suddenly remember that you have always booked your cruises online, and you can look at the boat and see exactly. You can look at the entire boat. You can look at an interactive map of the whole ship. So you can do that if you have internet access on this ship. And judging by all the satellite dishes and stuff you saw on top, you think if you got to a computer, you can probably just look that up.
Yeah. I'm going to go check to see if this bad boy's got a grotto pool and maybe book a future trip. I'll be right back.
All right, well, that was fucking useless. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't
As
know.
he leaves, I push the food that he made into the trash.
Well, I suppose I will go do some research as well. But if you need me, I'm in cabin C, and this is awful. This food is absolutely awful. He throws it in the trash bin.
Yeah, well, he's used to making mostly stocks and sauces. A lot of the bulk shit. We don't really trust him on too much of the line prep, to be completely honest.
So we are basically in the investigative mystery phase of the game here. The not investigative mystery. The the part where you make a plan and whatnot.
You figure it out.
Yeah. So while Ken is off looking at Carnival website, what are you guys doing? You're still in the kitchen?
I think right now I'm watching a YouTube video on mantis shrimp. I've seen the actual
Dan
Blue
has
Planet.
seen the actual
yes,
mantis shrimp.
Dan has
They're
seen the. They're
fucking
amazing.
ridiculous.
They're amazing.
Yeah. They have an extra cone in their eyes and
Yep.
can see color that we can't see.
They actually have 13 extra cones in there.
13
They
more?
have
Yeah.
16 cones
Yep.
in their eye.
Crazy.
And when they start doing their clicking thing, you can hear them from you can see it from outer space or something crazy.
I mean, I only see 16 cones of color on like 3 or 4 hits of acid.
They are. That's what it is. I think they are the loudest creature in the ocean.
Yep.
They have that little
Yep.
Guinness Book of World Records title.
Yeah, and yeah, it's like a clicking. Yeah, you
So it can
probably
basically-
have heard it and don't even know it.
Sonic boom us. It can light us on fire and punch us into
Oblivion.
mist.
Well, it's funny, Dan, that you mentioned that, because when you make a monster in Monster of the Week, you make powers.
Yeah.
And one of the powers I have here is Sonic Death Punch.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Wait, what was the name of the band in High Fidelity? Sonic Death Monkeys.
Sonic Death Punch.
But here's the thing, guys. We do have an interesting bait option because we've got a guy that's in corporal.
I mean, I take one harm less. It's not like I don't take any harm at all.
well, let's not mince things. You're a ghost. So
I'm a ghost.
yeah.
Robert,
I think you are the
why are you looking at me?
perpetual bait.
Why are you looking at me like that, Robert? You think I'm going to stand in front of this thing and get hit by its sonic punches or whatever?
I'm looking at you very blankly.
Look,
And that's clearly the idea that
John,
he had.
Can you read your immortal ability? What exactly is that?
you do not age or sicken, and whenever you suffer harm, you suffer one less.
Yeah,
So I'm
so
not
it's-
immortal.
it's-
I'm not completely immortal. I am just
Right. you're immortal in terms of natural.
Yeah, and
natural
but I can still be
effects.
dispersed, basically.
Yep.
So you have armor 1.
Basically, but it's not armor because stuff that ignores armor doesn't ignore that.
Oh, right.
He says, while I appreciate being useful, I still, it still hurts when I am punched and burned. Wait.
Yeah, well, hurts all of us. But you know one thing about how I run the kitchen, boys. I'd never ask you to do anything I wouldn't be willing to do myself. So we need fucking bait. I'll be the fucking bait. I'll show you pussies how to fucking do this, huh? Just like I do every night on the goddamn line.
If it says it eats crab, maybe we can get some crab. But it's perhaps not big enough, eh?
I bet that cruise ship there, it probably has like a mountain of crab salad.
It's got a mountain of fucking dead bodies, too.
That too, yeah.
So at least in terms of baiting it, I think stealing some of its eggs and perhaps, but that would just make it mad. I don't.
It depends on how it carries the eggs, too. Some shrimp, they carry them on the inside until they're fertilized and then spray them out. Things like lobsters and shit, they got them all. Once they're fertilized, they're on the outside of that shell. So I don't know how we're going to exactly get to them if it's more of a shrimp thing, lobster thing. Maybe we could ask the fucking doctor, but.
This may sound really fucking weird, but if it's in mating season, right? It might be looking for a mate. And those cruise ships, they have like the big speaker systems that go out over the whole ship. What if we made or broadcasted like some shrimp mating call and lured it out? I mean, if it's looking for some action and it hears it out there,
Robert.
Right. I'm just saying.
The fuck you think a shrimp mating call sounds like?
I
Let me hear it.
but we got a scientist. Who
I said make the sounds. Let me hear it.
Mating call.
Let me hear
Did
it.
they cover that on David Attenborough's
It's
Amazing
probably very
Planet?
clicky, is what I'm imagining. These things click a lot.
Fuck.
Well, I think that is a good idea if we can come up with a trap to keep them in place. We want to make sure we can only get to it from above, is what he said. We don't want to be in the firing line of these mandibles or whatever he calls them. Clubs, whatever.
Dactyl club.
It's the Death Bunch. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Wait.
Hopefully it's not like that manga One Punch Man.
Wiley!
Fantastic rates on Carnival right now, boys. Fantastic.
That's not what we wanted, Wiley.
Diane and I are going to go on an Alaskan cruise in August.
I didn't clear that fucking vacation time,
It's
and
all
you
set.
bet it
It's
sure
all
has
set.
gone over my fucking head.
Where's the map,
Tony,
Wiley?
it's all good.
Where's the map?
Oh, fucking fuck.
You have learned that there is, in fact, a grotto. And what's even better is that it has a waterfall. And underneath that waterfall is this sort of man-made cave. And you think if you could get it to go under there, then you could actually attack its eye stalks from above and be clear of the arms. So that is definitely an option. The grotto is located in the very back top deck of the cruise ship.
Aft, you mean?
The aft, thank you.
Come on.
I just did this in the other game, too.
Right.
Yeah. I had a little sheet to remind me.
Also, we're kind of assuming that this thing's a female. If it's a male, we get some. Ken, I'm sure you know, with all your time in fucking Japan over there.
We get some sauce. We get some sauce, boss.
Shirako? Yeah, you've had the Shirako before, the
Yeah.
cod sperm?
Yeah.
You think you know how to preserve this if we get some sperm out of this fucking
That's
thing?
Bobby's job.
Yeah, it's true, Bobby. I know you love working with that fucking juice bud, huh? You fucking...
I'll fucking flash freeze it for you, but I'm hands off, all right?
That last thing I heard, you were very hands-on, Robert.
Yeah, like the way you put them fucking arm floaties on that rolling pin. That looked real good, boy.
I hold the rolling pin closer to the window.
Whoa. No need to be rash, Robert.
So we're luring into the grotto. Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, if it ain't already there, yeah.
Well,
Then you freeze it. You fucking fondle its balls, get a little of that sauce.
I don't look. That's a big space. I don't know if I can do all that at once.
Use two hands. It's all right.
So wait, you're gonna lure it to the grotto and then kill it or jack it off.
I think the idea is to get it to the grotto, freeze it in place while they're attacking the eye stalks. So then it's blinded, stuck in place.
Then we jerk it
like
off.
freeze the waterfall.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking clever.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good plan. That's a good plan. I like that. All right. You've got the beginnings of a plan. We've yet to figure out how we're going to get him there. But once you get it there,
I've got a
you feel
mating call
pretty
theory.
confident.
It's gonna fucking
Good.
So we know where we want the battle to happen. We know what our heroes are going to do.
Heroes.
The only
Heroes.
question is, how are we going to get the 40-foot long mantis shrimp where we want it? Why don't we take a short break?
sweet.
And we'll jump back into it.
Sounds good.
Thank you guys for joining us once again. Please rate and review us. Putting that on iTunes really helps us out. Or more importantly, tell an actual person that you know to go watch the show. Join us on Facebook. I think it's just Nastygram. Join our Facebook Nastygram group and complain about all the things we get wrong in every episode. Thanks again to a Wilhelm Screen for our intro music and Adrian Von Ziegler and Antti Marktikainen. Ciao.
That's nasty.
That was awesome,
Yeah.
guys. That was fucking hilarious. I love this game already.
Yeah.
Obviously, this doctor has never worked for chefs or worked with chefs. I love the fact that we're all a bunch of assholes being sent on these missions.
Such a group of bricks.
Does anyone actually have plus charm?
It almost reminds me.
Zero trouble.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like a mix of the X-Files and Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I stopping recording?
Charlie is kind of who I'm vibing off of. 100%.
Am I stopping recording?
I think so,
I think
and we'll
you
start
have
another
to,
one.
Yeah.
So that would make me Frank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's definitely Frank.
Welcome back to the Nastygram RPG podcast. This is the Monster of the Week. I forgot the name. Right. Mark it.